Hi, hello, and welcome. Thank you for joining me again. I am Bev from Inkwell, and today is another Halloween craft video. And today I thought I'd show you how to make some zombies with Barbie dolls. So, you're going to need some Barbie-esque dolls. This isn't Barbie, this is some other kind of doll. So I've got a few of those. The base of the dolls, we're going to use some spray paint. I'm going to have green zombies, but whichever colour zombie you would like to have. I've seen grey zombies before, so maybe you go for that. I've also got a black spray paint because I am going to colour one or two of their hair. You will also need some acrylic paints. The acrylic paints will be used to sort of roughen them up a little bit, make them look a bit gory with a bit of blood and stuff. So I've got some red and I've got a bit of brown to make them look a bit mucky as well. I imagine zombies roll around in the dirt quite a bit. And also you're going to need something to make some clothes with. Now, your Barbies might already have some clothes that you could sort of roughen up and paint a little bit. I don't have any clothes for mine, so I've just got some random bits of fabric, and I'm just going to tear bits off and sort of hang it on them. But we'll go through that in a little bit. So, the first thing that you're going to need to do is to paint your dolls with the spray paint. As I'm going to do this outside, because it's not well enough ventilated in my house, I will come back to you once I've done that. Once your dolls are sprayed, then it's time to start making them look like they have died and come back to life. So, without further ado, we will give them some scars and grazes and various other things. So, feels like they're on our operating table here. I have various different sort of colours here, and I'm just going to use my paper as my palette. Alright, so you want to be drawing like a few scars, so I'll sort of go through one with you. We're going to have a bit of a gash here down the stomach. Now, this paintbrush was left with acrylic paint on, naughty naughty. But actually it does really well for this because I need sort of quite precise lines. You could use a cocktail stick if you wanted, if you are really good with your brushes, unlike me. So, for a scar, you are going to need to paint a black line, and then you're going to need to paint a white line by the side of it. Just to sort of highlight that. Hope you can see what I'm doing here. And then you want to sort of get a bit of a grey colour going. So I'm just trying to make this scar look a little bit like it's protruding. And then I'm going to add here then a bit of red because we want a bit of blood in here. Alright, so we've got a bit of a scar going on there. Hope you can see that. So, and then it's just a matter of sort of getting that going around the body, maybe just getting a bit of blood sort of splattered on there, making it look a little bit mucky. Probably got mucky hands here. I am really involved with paint. I get my fingers in there, but if you don't like to do that, then get yourself a tissue or a cloth or something like that, just to sort of help you apply the paint and whatnot. Okay, so once you're at a point when you sort of got enough blood and muck and whatever else you're sort of trying to achieve on your doll, scars and whatnot, then you need to give them a face. I am going to go with yellow eyes for my zombie. They sort of have a bit of a vacant stare, don't they, zombies? So again, I'm just going to use my paintbrush and my acrylic paints. Sort of lighten it up. Bit of grey, bit of yellow. Sort of get that vacant stare going on. Sort of going to bring that down a little bit into the face. They usually have sort of mucky grey sort of colouring. Around those eyes. Sometimes zombies' mouths are sort of opening up a bit. Sort of got blood all over them, I guess. And I'm just sort of going to give that effect then around the mouth here. And then just give them some white teeth here. Again, you're getting into sort of quite tiny little areas here, so you might want to use a cocktail stick or something like that. Maybe the end of your paintbrush will do. Sort of try and get in there. Right, and then the hair, I'm just going to sort of, I mean, it's gross. It should be. But I'm just going to sort of pull it back a little bit and try and mess it up. Okay, so once you've got your zombie looking pretty grim, you're sort of waiting for your layers to dry before you can put more paint on and sort of just really get in there. You want to be thinking about the clothes. So, I've got some black fabric here. And I'm just going to sort of make a badu for across the top, and then just a really simple skirt, and I'm just going to rip the bottom. So you'll just want to sort of measure around roughly, and then the same with this. You want to mucky it up, so maybe get some mucky paint on there, or you could even go outside and just rub it in the dirt a little bit. I mean, you don't need to be neat with this at all in the slightest. You want it to look, like it's just sort of happened by itself. Again, I just like to get my hands in there. Obviously, be more careful if you choose to be. And I'm just going to fray up the edges a little bit so that it looks a bit older. Cut some sort of little slits in then just to make it look a bit roughed up, a bit broken, a bit frayed. Sort of pull it and tear it a bit. You just want to be really rough with this. And you can either go full hog and really get into it, get your sewing machine out and stuff. So I'm just tying it on here and I'm just tucking the edges in. Alright, so we've got something that sort of looks like this now. She's got sort of like a ragged top on. It's been ripped in a few places. She's really got in there and been pulled around and stuff. And then I'm just going to make her a skirt sort of in the same way. Just wrap a band of fabric round and then really rough that up. This one I'm going to glue together at the back. I'm just going to use a glue gun for that. You could use fabric glue. And again, you're going to want to sort of dirt that up. Get your mucky sort of looking paint on there. Bit of blood and rip it up, and so you've got something that sort of looks like this. I don't know if you can see that. Ah, there we go. So it's really tight and you know, she's had a time in this skirt. So with the guy and his clothes, they are a bit different to the girls, obviously. You just need to cut a rectangle, pop a hole in the middle for it to go over his head, rough up those edges again, and sort of get your muddy sort of I've just walked out of a hole kind of look going on. And then that goes over his head and just sort of gets glued on the sides. Or you can sew it, whichever you want to do. And then for his shorts, it's just another strip. And then that gets wrapped around, and then it just gets, because you've put all the rips and whatnot in the bottom, it's really easy for you then just to sort of pull them in between his legs to create that short effect. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue those all together now. Alright, so here we go. Our Barbie Ken Action Man, I don't know who he is. Scary Halloween dolls. I think they've turned out quite well. I'm quite happy. They are a little bit scary, but hopefully if I show them to my daughter, then I will be able to hide them in the garden, and if not, then I'll just save them for in a couple of years when she's a bit older. But yeah, I've had loads of fun making those. I hope you have fun too. And we always like to see pictures, so please send them. We love to see what you've been doing, which crafts you've been enjoying and whatnot. Maybe you could even tell us what you'd like to see. Alright guys, so I will join you again soon. Hopefully I don't get eaten by zombies in the meantime. But if I do, it's been swell. Take care of yourselves. Bye.